Good morning, everybody, or evening, depending on what time of day you're watching this video. Today is part three of Get Healthy, Feel Better. And part three is all about the diet. Now, how many of you have ever tried a diet? How many of you ever tried 3 diets? How about 5, 10, maybe over a dozen diets? What you're finding out is diets are not sustainable. So, my plan for everybody is to pick a diet and stick to it for 30 days. That's all you need, 30 days, stick to it. And when I'm talking about this, I am talking about more of the overweight, obese people working on this diet than if you are already, you know, well on your way to being physically fit, well on your way to, being healthy and feeling better and doing these things already. This is to get people started. It's 2 out of 3 people in America are overweight or obese. So I am talking to a lot of people with this. Um, there's a ton of diets out there, all different kinds. You can pick from the Atkins, the keto, the carnivore, the Lions diet, a vegetarian diet, a vegan diet, low cal diet, low fat diet, and the list just goes on and on and on. I mean, it's unbelievable how many different diets there are. Pick one you think you want to try and stick with it for 30 days. Do some before pictures, do some after pictures, take notes. Remember the days that you messed up on the diet and the days that you done really good on the diet. And at the end of 30 days, we'll revisit where you're at and change the diet. Maybe you go completely away from that diet. Maybe you'll go, man, I really didn't like doing that. I want to try something else and jump into the next diet for 30 days. Or maybe you'll go, hey, I really like this diet and there's a more advanced, stricter diet of it. I'm going to move into that. There's options. And that's what we want to do, is realize that you're going to go into this diet with an exit plan. You're not doing this diet for the rest of your life. It's just not going to be sustainable. So pick the diet, do some before and after pictures, and in 30 days, we're going to discuss again where to move from there. Now, when you're picking which diet you want to try, I do suggest at least cutting sugar out of your diet. Sugar is as addictive as cocaine. It gives you a dopamine release when you eat it, and it just makes you want it more and more and more. So, I'm not saying cut out fruits because fruits have sugar in it, but don't go to the store and buy stuff that has sugar in it. I mean, probably 90% of the stuff in a supermarket has sugar in it anymore. All the boxed items and frozen items, everything you can think of, they put sugar in. So be sure to read the label and get rid of sugar, and that in itself will help immensely. Now, if you do have an autoimmune disease, you have mood disorders, or you're on any kind of medications, I suggest the Lions diet. Now, the Lions diet is made up of ruminant meat, salt, and water. Now, ruminant meat is basically beef, goat, sheep, stuff like that. That does not include, chickens and pigs and everything. So pretty much an all beef diet. And what they're finding is people that will go on that for 30 days to 5 months actually get rid of almost all of their autoimmune diseases. They come off of almost all of their medications, if not all of their medications, and they just feel so much better. And once you achieve that, what they suggest is starting to add food back into your diet, one item at a time, so that you can figure out if that's something you can eat. Because at that point, your body, your system is clear. Do things like adding a vegetable back in, and then you can find out if that vegetable gives you bloat, gives you inflammation again. It just starts making you feel bad. So then not to eat that certain vegetable, and then you can pick another item to add back in, and just continue that. And that's a way to build up a sustainable diet. But it is worth looking into the Lions diet. There's tons of studies out there. There's all kinds of doctors doing videos, on the YouTube channel, Spotify, whatever you want to look up. But do look into the Lions diet. Now, but remember, at this point, you should be hopefully using a CBD on a regular basis and starting to feel better from that, clearing up your inflammation, your pain, your anxiety. And then you've been getting your steps every week and moving those steps up so that you're doing more week after week until you find the plateau you want to be at. And now you're going to start a diet. So, congratulations, you're moving down the road. Now remember, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a health trainer, health coach, or anything like that. This is just all my experience, all my reading, and I started this path back in the 1980s. I actually done my high school term paper on bodybuilding, and it's been a passion of mine to stay in shape, and I've been up and down the roller coaster just as many times as anybody else. So look into everything I'm saying and figure out the best route for you, and let's get you healthy and feeling better.